What's up, guys? So I've just decided to hit play, to hit record, hitting play on my life because it's time. And I'm learning how social media works, how all of this is gonna go. But yeah, I've been hiding, and it's obvious because my first episode on the podcast was very clear. daily showing up. And so I finally really heard what Spirit was sharing through me, is that I could force myself. I could treat myself in a way that beats myself down and says, you're not good enough unless you're doing exactly what you said. And there is an importance to being able to be consistent and accountable. See, what you're consistent and accountable in is really what makes all the difference. For me, it's being consistent and accountable for what my heart truly desires, my true heart's desire. And one of them I'm remembering has been to really sit with this being, this vessel, this wonderful tool of exploration of the divine, with the divine, through the divine, in the divine, of the divine. And I'm seeing things from a much different perspective. So that's why I'm saying I'm hitting play, because I've unconsciously discovered that I've set up this entire slew of expectations. And for those of you that don't know, expectations is just you setting yourself up to be disappointed. Because the only reason that an expectation would be is if there wasn't the love enough to give what's expected. So it's gonna look crazy. It's gonna look funny. It's gonna all be mixed up in all kinds of stuff. The filter is funny because I definitely didn't choose it, in the sense of like, I didn't go on here and I picked that one. I definitely picked a different one. And then when I went to hit record, this one was on because my finger hit it in whatever way. And that's God's source. And it's God's source because we all get to choose how we play this game. And in my true heart's desire, when I say my true heart's desire, it's always in the moment, in the now of that moment, in that now. And so when I say that I've remembered that I wanted to sit with this being, that's just one of them. And it's one of them. So when I don't do that, and it's one of the things that is going to set me up to be successful, to follow exactly as Spirit is guiding me. Because yes, Spirit did mean show up daily. And while in these last 2-3 weeks, I think it's been since I put out that first episode, I have been showing up. And I unconsciously was registering that as not showing up. I was showing up in sitting with my being and allowing myself to feel scared to not show up on video, because I was being told by the intelligence of Spirit through this body that I needed to pause. And now that I've taken that time to just go through all of the feelings that were coming up and integrating them and allowing them, not rejecting them, because rejecting them would be rejecting a part of myself, then my body is able to move forward, because it's what's needed. It's what was being called for. It's what was in my true heart's desire. And so me sharing how I'm doing this is not going to look like maybe what most of you guys are used to seeing on social media. But it is me in authenticity, in vulnerability, because as I mentioned, another layer of my true heart's desire is that I came here to help relay the message. And that message is to follow your true heart's desire, because the system that we're in is crumbling. And it doesn't have to mean total destruction and warfare. What it can mean is that we allow these belief systems that are no longer serving humanity to collapse, so that we know that we are choosing what we choose. And that's the game that I keep getting distracted, going down other rabbit holes, talking about how I play with the universe, which is in reality the way that we all agreed to play here in this life, in this 3D space, where we are knowing ourselves to be humans. And when you raise your consciousness to understand and remember who and what you truly are, and how we are one with the Creator, and that we truly co-create our experiences based on the relationship that we have with ourselves and the amount of inner work that we've done. And so our reality is always going to show us exactly what it is that we're being called to work on, and to release the ways that are no longer serving us. And that's the message. This is the end of those times, and we're being called to choose what is true and right for us in our own hearts. Each and every one of us has different things that we're going to be choosing, and when they are what's truly in alignment for you and your heart and your highest being, it's going to be a cooperative component to humanity and the furthering of our race, and being able to walk into this new age whole versus fragmented and in fear. Is it easy? No, fuck no. Is it worth it? Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's the piece. That's where experiences turn to wisdom. And so it's gonna be a fun ride, because I'm choosing to have fun and to play and to work from a higher level of consciousness versus being stuck in duality. While I am operating in the space of 3D, I am doing so through the guidance of Spirit, the Holy Spirit. And as each one of us does the same, and we follow Spirit, which is through our hearts, is the way Spirit speaks to us, everything's going to turn out great. Everyone's showing up for themselves is going to be reflected in our outer experience, which is how we create world peace. So, yeah, I'm getting to realize what I've been being called to my whole life. I knew that my role here was important. I always felt that I was here to do something great. And to me, there's nothing greater than being able to live in harmony, in loving awareness, in the fullness of myself, of my light, which means that I'm going to follow everything. As I've mentioned before, singing, dancing, and creating events and spaces where we can all come together and help walk each other through this transition, because that's where we're at. We're in a space of transition. And right now, it's, releasing the old, emptying out. And those of us that have been going through it a little earlier than others are going to be able to help lead by example. So I don't expect anybody to just believe me. I know that the results will speak for themselves, because they have. It's how things worked for me in the past when I have been successful. And so now it's a deal of implementing it again and again and again and again. And that's how we build features that we want for ourselves. And so then, as you begin to allow all of the codes, all of the frequencies to upgrade your physical system, because you are opening your mind and your heart, infinite intelligence is coming through and helping you do it to the in the way that is most adequate for each and every one of you. And so, yeah, just follow your intuition, because that's spirit. That's spirit guiding you. And that's how we do it. That's it. So have fun with it, guys. Remember that we don't have to be afraid of the unknown. You know, it's kind of Stockholm syndrome thing that we got going on, where we're choosing the evil that we know because we're so afraid that, and can't possibly think that anything good could come from the unknown. And so I want to let you guys know that it's not really the unknown. You've all had examples of trusting your intuition in your lives and getting great results that you are astounded and you're like, oh my God, that was a total fluke. I would never be able to repeat this, but it was so lucky that I listened to my gut, that I followed my intuition, that I followed that thought, that inspired action. And so let's do this, guys. You're all really transforming each and one of yourselves. And so your reality can only reflect back to you what you are and the programming that you have. And so let's choose and become aware little by little, having self-compassion, because it's not a race. It's about listening to your heart and following your specific path. It's different for everybody. This is what mine looks like. Doesn't mean that yours is going to be the same. And so I think I kind of chose an on purpose, kind of really wonky road. Well, when I use these terms of like wonky or whatever, I'm really just referring to words that you guys can relate to, because I actually don't choose to use those words, because I recognize that everything happens for me and everything is a message from the universe, from God to me. And that's how I play the game, how I play with God's source, with the Creator, because we're here to co-create. We were given dominion over our experience. So choose one that serves you, because we get to choose it and we don't have to work hard for it, because we are divine beings. The only thing you have to work hard at is being honest with yourself, and not lying to yourself. And trust me, I was brought up to be honest, and I thought I was honest with myself, but when I really intentionally went in, yeah, that was a different story. And I don't have any shame about it, because I don't have to. We can all let go of these programmings, because that's all it is. In these bodies, from spirit to 3D, the vibration of shame is not a vibration that coexists on the same frequency as unconditional love. And so we get to let go of everything that is not in alignment with unconditional love. And that's going to mean having patience with yourself and being in self-compassion and just starting from where you are. And so choose a fun ride, because it's fun. And you walk through life knowing that you're successful and that you no longer need the thing that you thought that you needed, because you already feel whole inside. And this is all an adventure.